everybody, I'm Leora Sims. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another Newcrest edition of my Lot Showcase. Today's Lot Showcase is rather special because I'm actually in the game that houses my Sims 4 Get Together Let's Play because I already had these Sims moved into the house that I wanted to showcase. If you watch that Let's Play, you probably recognize at least one of these characters, but you have not seen this house on camera. And if you have not watched my Get Together Let's Play, please do so. I'm enjoying it very much and I'm working extremely hard on it. These characters live in a home called Hillside Brick, and this home was built for the lot called Hillside Highlands in Newcrest. And it is a 30 by 20 lot size. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. A lot of times when one builds a sim house, or I suspect any house, they get an idea. They get one image and they build the house around that image at times. My inspiration for this house was originally the ports and the brick in the front and the brick in the back. I wanted a nice sitting area for your Sims to sit outside. I wanted to practice my ports building, and I was inspired a little bit by my childhood home. The home that I lived in as a child was attached on both sides. So where these bushes were houses instead. So if you were a little child living in one of these houses and you had a friend who lived next door on the other side of this brick wall or concrete wall, you could climb over to their home. So these half walls represent the stoops that were on both sides of my childhood home because the houses were attached. Currently, we cannot build an attached house in The Sims 4 the way my home was attached. And in my childhood home, the porch itself was concrete, but I couldn't use that because there was no concrete that looked like my porch. Now that Get Together came out, there is concrete that can resemble my porch in a certain color, or the flooring of my porch in a certain color, but this is just a base game home because all of my Newcrest homes are base game homes because Newcrest was patched into the game, and I want to make sure that everyone who has the game is able to use my houses if they want to, and they may not own all of the packs and all of the yes, they may not own all of the packs, and I do not own all of the packs, just a lot of them. The second bedroom is actually in the basement. And I imagine that your Sims could come out to this porch and sip some tea. Now I'm going to put the walls down. When your Sim walks in, you see that they're faced with their living room, dining room, kitchen area. This is very unlike my childhood home because my childhood home was not open floor plan. And it was not country at all. But we did have big windows. I really love this wood floor, and it's the first time that I used it in this color when I built this home. I think I've used this color since then, but I built this house quite a while ago. As you can see, your Sims have a stereo or radio for their entertainment, but they don't have a TV. And I really love the kitchen for some reason. Upstairs, you have your first bedroom and bathroom. The bedroom is very, very simple. I realize that. But I like the shape of the house, and if I made this any bigger, I think it would change the entire shape of the home. I even like my roofing on this house very much. Here's the bathroom. It has a very nice shower, a sink, and a toilet. Now I'm going to have my Sim walk over to the basement. It's so nice to see my Sims walking around Newcrest, especially because I created the characters in Newcrest just for Newcrest, and it's very nice to empty out a world and fill it with your own Sims and see every Sim is a Sim that you created. But back to the house. So here is the basement. And the front of the basement was similar in shape, I suppose, to the house that I lived in. Not just the front of it, and there were stairs going down to it, but this was the most I could do, trying to recreate it in The Sims, because it was really underground, but this whole front area was brick, and that's very hard to do, if not impossible to do right now in The Sims 4. So this door, your Sims don't actually use. This door is just for show. Your Sims will just walk around it. See? She won't open the door to get there. So just walk around it. But I didn't want to change it because I liked the way the basement came out. And you see the basement is hidden by that door, which was how it was. And I believe some fencing, which was pretty much how it was growing up. My basement was kind of to the side, but if you didn't look closely, you probably wouldn't see it. And here is the basement, bedroom, and ensuite bathroom. I wanted to use a stone because I really wanted a concrete look. Unfortunately, my childhood home was not a stone floor, even though my porch was a stone floor. My childhood home had terrible shag carpet, and it could have been, but it was not a finished basement. It just had a lot of space and terrible shag carpet, which we do not have in the game, and it smelled, but I always wanted to have a nice basement. And I was in that house when I was very young, so that basement was kind of scary. But this basement is not scary, and I know that there's another concrete, but that concrete is very dark, and I wanted to be able to see in here, and I wanted it to, the stone or concrete to go very well with this blue color, because the walls of the basement that I'm talking about were a blue concrete. So I'm kind of trying to recreate that, or parts of that, in The Sims. And this chest is just for storage, and it was patched into the base game, and I wanted to put something there. If you wanted to, you could fit a dresser there, because I know that there's no dresser in this home, but I made the basement big enough so that you could fit a dresser in to the room. And here is the bathroom, which is very simple, but it has a decent shower. There's a toilet that's rather cheap, and a sink that's rather cheap, but I like to give my Sims good showers and good fridges and good stoves when I can, and I felt I could do that in this house because I didn't want to make this house a starter home, but I did keep the price of it down by making it so small. And I saved some money by not giving them a TV and things like that. So I didn't want to be cheap on a shower or a fridge or a stove. Now let me go up again. And I'm going to have my Sim walk to the backyard, which you could really see from here, but I still want her to walk there. So there's plenty of room to add whatever you want to this backyard because the backyard is rather large for this size home. But I put the planter boxers here because growing up we had all this concrete and brick, but then we had a little concrete vegetable garden where we planted a lot of things. It was big enough, it looks small, but it was big enough to plant a lot of different things. So these planter boxes represent my little garden in the city. I put the planter boxers there because of the soil. I would have liked to just make a square with the fencing and fill it in with soil, but sometimes you can't do that in the Sims. Sometimes if the area is, I found if the area is full of concrete, you can't, or brick, you can't really plant there. Because my actual vegetable garden was just a concrete garden with some, I guess you could call it a garden. Well, it's not a garden until you plant there, but a a concrete area, I should say, that you could very easily recreate with this Sims fencing. And in that concrete area was just soil, and you planted there. But I believe that in these planter boxes you could only get one or two plants in. That's why I lined the entire bush pretty much with these planters. And now I am going to the front of the house. I'm going into build mode, and I'm going to show you the roof and what the house looks like during the different times of day. So, this is the morning light. This is afternoon light. This is evening light. And this is night light. Now I'm going to the backyard and I'm going to do the same thing. This is morning light. This is afternoon. This is evening light. And this is night light. I made sure to put lights in the backyard, and I believe there are 2 or more lights on the front of the building. Which makes this home very easy for me to play in at night. Let me just check the front. So yes, in the front I put 2 lights. 2 lights on the building, and then these street lights, which are very helpful. Now I'm going to go back into build mode quickly. And I'm going to show you the roof and the price of the home. So here's the roof. Here's the first picture. Here's the second picture of the roof. I really like the roof on this home. I was going for rustic meets city in the style. And the value of this home on this lot that it was built for, Hillside Highlands in Newcrest, is 39,064 simoleons, and again, the home is called Hillside Brick, and my name on the gallery is Leora 18. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you download this home and enjoy it in your game. Thank you so much for watching. Be happy, guys.